Hi, this is Paul. I want to make this. I've been thinking about this for a while about ways to improve The Flash, the TV show. That's the one I'm talking about. Because what's really frustrating about The Flash, because in the beginning it was cool, but then because it's been like the last few seasons, the show is really starting to. I mean, let's be honest, suck. Okay. Barry has to keep getting pep talks. Okay, this is like the eighth season, right? And Barry still has to get pep talks. That's beyond retarded. Okay, Barry should not be having to have pep talks all the time. Okay, and this, I think Barry, wasn't Barry supposed to be the paragon of love? I think from the Crisis. I think that's what he's supposed to be, paragon of love. But still, I'm sick of Barry basically having to talk villains out of doing evil. Okay, Barry, that's it. That's Barry's power. It's not speed. It's power up, since he's the paragon of love. He talks him out of doing evil doing with his talk with love, which is just beyond stupid. Okay, Superman and Lois, the show that's on right now, the writing is so superior to in that show. And if I was Greg Berlanti, because he produces these shows, I would have the people that do Flash. I would have them talk, and I think the showrunner, if I'm right about this, and I'm not sure about this, but somebody can correct me about this. I think the current showrunner of Superman and Lois used to be the showrunner of Flash. I think so. Because I remember reading that somewhere. If that's the case, please have them talk to the writers of the Flash, and please, because this show is just, oh my God, it's just horrible. And I'm sorry. And one of the worst things they ever did was, and nothing, no shade to the actress Michelle Harrison who played Barry's mom. Okay, and they brought her back as the Speed Force, and which really dilutes her impact as being Barry's mom, okay, by having her be the Speed Force. And so I think that was the dumbest. I think that was a really dumb idea. Okay, no shade to the actress, because she's doing the best that she can, but there was just something special about her, being his mom and her dying and all that stuff. But you watered it down by having her be the Speed Force and having her show up in all these episodes. You basically kill that. You can't. You probably can't even go back to that if you wanted to, maybe towards the end of the show, if you wanted to revisit that. That it wouldn't even get the same emotional impact now that you've seen her so much on the show with this stupid having her be the Speed Force, and basically those other forces being considered to be Barry and Iris's children. That, oh my God, that is god awful concept. I don't know who came up with that, but that was a god awful concept. Okay, consider them their kids. Oh my God, that was just so dumb. I'm sorry, just really dumb. And also, I think another thing is what they're gonna have to do is cut down the number of episodes. I don't know how much longer The Flash is gonna go on. I heard rumors that maybe it's gonna go on one more season, and I know Cisco is leaving, and Tom, the guy that plays all the Harrison Wells, he's Tom. I forgot his name, the last name, but he's leaving as well. But if the show is only gonna last one more season, I guess you can go out. And I heard that they're supposed to be, like, next season, they're supposed to be doing all these cameos with the, instead of doing a Crisis thing, they're gonna have all these, have Black Lightning, Stargirl, and Superman and stuff on the Flash, like in the first couple as cameos during the first couple of episodes of next season. Maybe that's a step in the right direction. But also, what I think, and I think Stargirl proved this. I think Doom Patrol proved this, and I think all these British shows that I think started this trend a long time ago. You don't need 22 episodes of a show, okay? Because then you get a lot of filler. You really don't need, okay? Like Stargirl last season, season 1 was excellent. It was only 13 episodes. It was absolutely perfect. There was no filler in it, okay? The writing was so superior on that. The writing on Doom Patrol is fantastic, okay? It was just, again, and Barry, they should stop with this Barry, because they follow a familiar formula, right? Whoever the villain is of the week, he comes on. Barry has a first confrontation with him. Either Barry gets his ass kicked the first time he confronts him, even though he's the fastest man alive, okay, gets his ass kicked, or they distract Barry with him having to rescue somebody else and they get away, okay, and then you have another confrontation towards the middle of the thing where Barry still loses, still doesn't beat them, and then Barry tries again at the end, and then they come up with a last-minute save, and Barry defeats the villain like that, which is, it's so predictable. Okay, how about doing this? Okay, how about even just having Barry, defeat a villain in the first couple of minutes of the show. Show him using his speed power in ways in his normal everyday life. Like there was a perfect example of this was Superman and Lois. They had an episode, I think the previous episode, where Jordan was having trouble with his hearing and stuff, and he had these headphones on, and they sent Jonathan to bed, and they were going to send him to bed as well, but he couldn't hear because he had the headphones on, obviously. And Clark used his super breath to get his attention. And then last episode, episode 8, Clark used his heat vision to help fix the truck. Okay, just saw him using his powers every day. Why can't you do little things like that? With the Flash. Barry's supposed to be the fastest man alive. Okay, this is the 8th season. Barry should be a master at his powers. Okay, there's no way in the world Barry should be getting his ass kicked all the time. Okay, and I realize for drama's sake you have to kind of switch it up, but there are ways to get around that and do things. Like even on Superman and Lois, you see, when Clark fights, they show him fighting, especially on this season, they show him fighting like Kryptonian. So obviously he's going to struggle a little bit with it, but they don't show. You got to actually show him not getting, at least being professional. And like perfect example, when I used to watch Arrow, the one thing I loved about Arrow or Oliver Queen, the character, is that when he went out there, you always saw him fighting with confidence. He was never unsure of who he was. Okay, he always fought with this confidence, and it seems like Barry is always getting his behind kicked for some reason. And I know Barry's they're trying to make him be so sensitive and all this. Okay, how he's supposed to be the master of his powers. Okay, let him be the master of his powers. Okay, stop letting him get his ass kicked. Okay, and I think you definitely need to cut down the number of episodes. Okay, so you don't need 22 episodes. Again, 13 episodes, that's perfect. Yeah, you don't need 13 or 12. You don't need 22 episodes. I'm sorry. I know, network TV, maybe they may want more or something but you don't need that, okay? Because you wind up having a lot of filler, okay? And you with a limited amount of episodes, you can get to your main plot points a lot quicker, okay? And then this BS filler, okay? It's just, that whole Mirror Master thing, but you can't really blame that because of the pandemic. But it seemed like that dragged on again. And again, that was another thing where Barry and Iris talked her down, okay, which was again, I'm sick of Barry and them trying to talk these villains down with love. Spare me the BS, okay? Barry's the fastest man alive. He can throw lightning, okay? Have him use that, okay? He should be beating the villain's ass, okay? I don't care. You should dig into the comics history and bring some villains on that Barry should just hand them their ass, okay? Stop this with Barry getting his ass kicked all the time. It's just beyond stupid with a guy that's basically a god, okay? A god of speed, okay? He shouldn't be getting his ass kicked all the time. I'm sorry. That's just, I know for dramatic sake that sometimes they have to drag things out, but there's ways to get around that without making it so obvious and so formulaic. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Trying to think of the word where it's predictable what's going to happen. Okay, come on. Okay, how about have Barry beat a villain's ass in the first 5 minutes of the show or something, or 10 minutes of the show. Okay, and then you can move on to another plot. Okay, or something. Stop having Barry getting his ass. That's just, I know, it just pisses me off when you see him get his ass kicked. Okay, this guy's the fastest man alive. He's a speed god, and he shouldn't be getting his ass kicked all the time. It infuriates me to no end with the way it's just so predictable. Okay, now I know they're supposed to be bringing on his son. What's the character name? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Who's really actually his grandson in the comic books? I can't remember the guy's name, but I know the character's name. But I think they're bringing him on, I think towards the end of the season, supposed to be continuing to next season. He's supposed to be Barry and Iris' son, which is really supposed to be their grandson. I can't think of the character's name. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on his name. His grandson, the character, the comic book name. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on it. Okay, but I think a perfect thing to do if the Flash show is ending, next season, do a show with Nora and this other character they're bringing on, their son. So you could have a show, do a spinoff. Okay, if you want to end Flash, they'll say 9 seasons was enough. Okay, that's good enough. And then you do a spinoff. I think with their kids, with the Tornado Twins, have their kids, have a show with them. You can set the show in the future. Okay, you can say Barry and Iris went off Earth or whatever, so that way you don't have to come up with fancy excuses why Barry's not helping his kids. and then that way, and then you can always have them come back and make cameos and stuff. But I think you definitely do a spinoff. If the Flash is going to end, let it end, and you can do a show with his sons and his son and daughter. I think that would be a perfect show to continue on the Flash legacy. Okay, but as far as the current Flash, like I said, I'm just beyond sick of this power. No more pep talks for Barry. Okay, stop letting Barry get his ass kicked so much. Okay, cut down the number of episodes. Okay, I don't realize they can't do that now because they're already in production. But maybe for next season, cut it down. Okay, so you don't need no 22 episodes or whatever. So it's a nice, tight, constructed fit. And like I said, and talk to the people, the guy that you know that, because I'm sorry, Superman and Lois is such a superior show. The writing is so good, and the actors, and they have good actors on the Flash, but the writing just absolutely blows. I'm sorry, it does. Okay, so I don't really have a black showrunner, and I want the black dude to succeed, but I mean, come on, the writing just, I'm sorry, this is just, it's not up to par. I'm sorry, it just ain't, it just isn't. So anyway, let me know what you think of my suggestions for the Flash, how to improve it, okay? And what do you think? What are your suggestions? Let me know down below in the comments down below, and let me know what you think. I also have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel, Paul Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. Also have a link to my Patreon channel. It's down below, link below. It's only $5 a month, tons of content on there. And a link also to my main channel, excuse me, that's what I meant, my main channel, Trepacer, okay, and that has all my content on it. And this is Trepacer saying, well, excuse me, this is Paul saying so long and take care.